It's Veterans Day, and what better guest can you have than John McCain, man we revere. Good morning, Senator McCain.
Morning, Bill. How are you?
Fine. Happy Veterans Day to you, sir.
Well, thank you, and all of it is tinged with great sadness, as you know, because of the massacre at Fort Hood. I was down there yesterday, and obviously it's very moving. Words are hard to find to describe how terrible this has been for the families and the friends of those who were getting ready to go overseas to serve their country, and instead some crazy SOB decides to kill them. It's inexcusable.
Let me ask you. By the way, let me tell you, it's veterans. We're just taking calls from veterans. We're having veterans on. We're having Captain Donovan Campbell later, the author of Joker 1. We just preceded you with Fred Malik. He's a friend of yours, Army Ranger Malik, and it's going to be like that all day. I saw the ceremony. It was beautiful. But let me be blunt. You're a blunt guy. Enough of the ceremonies. I mean, we do them beautifully, but we can't let this happen. This is crazy. I mean, this guy gave all these signs. Why was this guy still walking around?
I don't know, and I think we ought to have full investigation. And for me to leap to conclusions, I don't think it would be fair. But I have to say, Bill, that
that's right.
The emphasis.
I don't mean to embarrass you. You have a different role, but go ahead, sir.
Okay, but the emphasis on political correctness and that to make sure that we don't offend anyone of a different religion. I emphasize may have played a role in our failure to react to the obvious signs of a person who was displaying graphic demonstrations of his hatred of the United States, his hatred of our involvement in Iraq and Afghanistan, and his clear unwillingness to serve his country as he had sworn an oath to do, and received medical training, years of medical training, on the taxpayer's dime.
Yeah. Now,
it's hard to understand.
Yes, sir. I mean, I understand your role, investigation, due process, but it is painfully obvious to most of us what was motivating this guy when he talks about infidels pouring boiling water down their throats, and we love death more than you love life, he says. For God's sake. Allah Akbar, as he's skilling our guys. And then we get a general in the Army saying diversity. We can't lose diversity because that would be a greater loss, greater casualty than what happened in Fort Hood. No, it wouldn't, frankly. I mean, I'm all in favor of diversity. But I
vigorously disagree with General Casey. I disagree with him being appointed and voted against and fought against him being the staff of the Army.
You were right.
I vigorously disagreed with him when he was mismanaging the war in Iraq.
God love you, Senator McCain. I just this stuff it just drives us nuts. When I got a son going in the military, and it just drives you nuts to think, someone said we need more force protection down at Fort Hood. For God's sakes, we need more cops to protect our soldiers.
And more psychiatrists.
Yeah, more grief counselors.
to find crazy psychiatrists.
Yeah,
I don't mean to laugh.
No, I know, but it's that point of absurdity.
At some point, political correctness stops, protection of the troops begins, and if we err on the side of caution, let's err on the side of caution.
I'll tell you. Anyway, listen, you have done more for... anything you want to say. You're the boss.
One other issue. I'm still very, 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 very concerned about this delay and its impact on our allies, on the men and women who are serving. Men and women, yes, they came up to me and said, when is the president going to decide? I think we need to know what we're going to be doing. Those are men and women in the military. Those are privates and sergeants and not colonels. And this incredible delay, in my view, is harming our ability to ultimately win in Afghanistan.
If the president shares the goals of McChrystal and Petraeus, how can he substitute his judgment about what's needed for theirs without the assumption that he knows better than they do?
My friend, you asked the $64 question, and I do not know how you can. Well, look, the final decision is always up to Commander-in-Chief. The Commander-in-Chief is the person who has a final responsibility, but to override or to modify a strategy and his own vision that he has laid out as long ago as March. I just don't get it. I don't get it, and it's not just that people like you and me are disturbed. Men and women who are serving the military are very concerned now.
Yes, sir.
They'll salute, they'll carry out their orders, but they'd like to know what their orders are and what their goal is and what resources they're going to have to carry out to achieve that objective, which is victory in Afghanistan.
Thank you for Senator McCain. We know what kind of day it is for you. You're Captain McCain. Thank you. Thank you just promoted you again. Thank you.
Thank you, old friend. Bye.
Thank you, John McCain. There's a hero. Folks, no major candidate for president of the United States, anybody who almost won, ever suffered more or gave more for his country than John McCain. We'll be back. We got another hour. Give us a call, 866-680-6464. It's Veterans Day. Boy, that made me feel better, what he had to say. We'll get to the bottom of this thing the right way, I hope.